taxi, settle in for the ride and realise the cabbie doesn't know where he or she is going. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen, and some industry experts say it's impacting on tourism. Well, to discuss this further, I'm joined by Ken Corbett and Till, the taxi driver. Thanks, gents, for coming in today. Ken, we'll start with you as a New South Wales Tourism Industry Chairman. Just how important is taxis, or are taxis, to tourism?
They're very important. Visitors tend to want to use taxis for different reasons from the local market. So you've got two quite distinct markets there for taxis.
Yep.
And the visitors often it's because they don't know where they're going or they have luggage. And for both those reasons, taxis are terribly important.
Okay, so what problems are currently facing the taxi industry?
I think the key one is having taxis with the knowledge of where they're going. As I say, for a lot of visitors, the reason they hop in the cab is they don't know whether they're going a few blocks or a few kilometres. They just want the taxi to take them there.
Okay.
And so knowledge has over many years now tended to be a bit of an issue in Sydney.
Okay, so how do we fix it? You've got a few ideas on not just fixing getting taxi drivers more aware of the geography. There's a few other things that...
Well, I think the training could certainly be better. There seems to be a gap between those who own the taxis and then the many taxi drivers that are out there working those taxis. And I know the Taxi Council works quite hard at the training, but there still seems to be, and has been for many years, quite a gap there.
Okay. And different colours of cabs, is that something else you think might sort things out?
Look, certainly in many cities we've got the one colour. I think that would be nice. I think it's important to be clean inside. I think that's probably even more important than having, all the same colour. And I think sometimes it's hard to distinguish whether a cab is actually up for hire or not.
Yes.
And I'd like that indicator to be a more visible one for our visitors too.
And it's always annoying when you go to hail a cab and you realise it's changed over time.
I don't know why. I've been in this industry a very long time. Change over time still remains an issue. It shouldn't need to be regulated. Somehow this should not be something the taxi industry can't solve themselves.
Yeah, so maybe make it more like between a period between 2 and 4.
2 to 4 would seem with shift breaks. I'm sure a lot of industries work these things out, and somehow in taxis it's been 3 o'clock, and it's been that way for many decades now.
Well, time now, I think, to bring in Till, the taxi driver. You are like a breath of fresh air. I love it. You're quoted as saying, everyone should leave a taxi happier than when they got in. Why do you embrace this kind of attitude?
Look, I started doing it because it makes my day better as well. If I can have a journey where the person's gotten in upset or angry, and then they leave and they're happy, that for me is a successful trip. So look, I don't try and pry, but occasionally you'll get a girl getting in the taxi crying and they need someone to listen to, or you'll get someone who's just had a bad day, and just being able to talk to them, offer maybe some helpful advice can be a great thing. So
you're a cabbie and a therapist in one, and you've created some, you said, innovations. There are some fun things that you offer your passengers.
Well, on a Friday or Saturday night, they're the most fun nights of the week. I actually look forward to working Fridays and especially Saturdays. So my most recent thing, when I was working Mardi Gras, I had YMCA playing, as you do when you're working Mardi Gras, a bunch of people in the taxi, and we're all dancing the YMCA with the windows down. And we came up to this group of firefighters, and some of them started dancing, so it got me thinking. So the latest innovation is the Taxi Dance Challenge. So points are awarded for getting people outside of the taxi to start dancing. So you can put on whatever music you want, and you have to dance so vigorously in the taxi that people outside start dancing as well.
I think that is just unreal. You've done other things. You give away birthday presents, you do trivia. What are some of the other things?
So you can also win Chuppa Chups with taxi trivia. I'll give you a sample question.
Yeah.
So, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie starred in which reality TV program?
Oh, that really bad one. The Simple Life.
The Simple Life is correct. Congratulations.
I'll get out of town.
That's yours.
And it's one of my favourite Coca-Cola flavours. Just really quickly before you go, you've got a Twitter account, and you've got some pretty famous people who follow you.
Well, I'm TillTaxiDriver, and I know that Merrick Watts is one of my followers. I had him in the taxi. We had a lot in common, so it was a pretty fun journey.
Look at you. Yeah, that's great. And also, I think this would be great if people left, a wallet in the car or something. You
Absolutely.
Just tweet it.
Returning lost property is one of the greatest things. I had someone leave an iPad in the taxi. I immediately called the hotel that I dropped them off to, and they left an envelope with $20 and a thank you note.
Well, I reckon...
I've got the thank you note on my shelf. It's this great little...
Good on you. Ken, I reckon if there were more tillers around, I think it would be a very, very happy industry and a place, wouldn't it?
Lots more taxi drivers. We need to get you into training areas.
Yeah, exactly. Ken and Attila, thank you so much for coming. Thanks so much, Chop Chop.
Congratulations.
2 points there. $20 wasn't enough. You should have kept the iPad. And I just, if I got in a taxi
But he doesn't pry, Paul. I can see where you're going.
I
You
know,
wouldn't
if
want
I
to
got in a
partake in the
taxi
games.
and tell the taxi driver said we're going to play a dance game, I'd say not with me, Sergeant. I'm out of this cab. But you wouldn't say that to me because you'd recognise that.
No, it's very important to quickly assess the needs of the guests.
Yeah, and you realise he was just he's just a Grinch and he's a
You have my
everything.
psychological number pretty soon, I'm thinking. All right, coming up very soon on the programme this morning, as we said before, we're going to talk anger. And these guys will be faced with a lot of anger all the time, I dare say. Before the end of the programme, there you go, there's a bit till going.